Good morning, family and friends. Welcome to the Woke Nation, and welcome to this new day. It's a great day, it's our day, a day we must explore and enjoy life because life is beautiful, life is good, life is fair. Wherever you are, I'm encouraging you to live your life, enjoy your life, and have fun. You have the mind of your own. Free your mind from everything that is keeping you down, everything that is limiting you, because you are born a free human being. You were born a free human being, so you're supposed to live free in this world. Although we're supposed to not be paying rent or, um, hustling or struggling to make money to buy or to build or to pay rent or, like buy certain things, some things that are natural, but we are paying money to enjoy it because of the wickedness of man, not because of anything. And somehow we call it the system. The system is so. You see how people are suffering in this lockdown because we have abandoned nature for a long time. And we have been chasing what the system wants us to chase. So they determine when we go out or when we come in, they determine what we eat. So that's what we are facing now. But I believe or I hope this will make us to have a rethink and live a better life. No condition is permanent. And the reason, or one of the reasons that condition came up is to make you have a rethink and change your life, and which is part of what I am today. When you have a rethink, you can make better decisions for yourself. And the best decision you will make in this world is to put yourself first and do what makes you happy. What makes you happy will make every other person happy, unless you are doing bad thing, unless you are doing something that is not natural. But if it is natural, of course, it will make you happy and do other people happy. Unless some people are enemies of themselves and they bring it against you, so don't mind them. All right, so welcome all of you, Tony Destiny and the rest. I was religious is the title of this. I was religious. In the last video, I talked about Christianity in Africa, which is evil religion, just as Islam, just as Judaism. The more churches we have, the more evil we have. The more mosque we have, the more evil we have. The more we pray to God of Israel, the more evil we have. The more we worship Jesus. The more we worship Yahweh, the more we worship Mary, the more we worship Allah, the more we worship Jehovah. The more we worship the angels of God, the more evil we have in the land. Why? Because those religions are put there to make sure white superiority or white supremacy over Africa. And it's only Africans that will deliver Africans, or that will deliver Africa from that. We are the only one. Directly, white people are no longer doing that because they have our brothers and sisters who are their puppets, who are serving their purpose, who are carrying on the propaganda. They are called ministers of God. They are called political leaders. They are called, some of them also called traditional leaders. So all they are doing is to make us to keep hoping in God in heaven, believing that Jesus is coming to save us someday, and making us, becoming more confused. We can mix what they call spirituality and religion, stay the same thing happening. But the only way we can be free from that confusion, from that bondage, from that control, from that white supremacy, is by embracing the knowledge of factual truth. Because it's when you know the truth that you will set yourself free. If you don't know the truth, you'll be waiting for somebody to come and set you free. But when you know the truth is not found in a book. The truth is not found in a God. The truth is not found in Jesus. The truth is not found in religion. The truth is not found in spirituality. The truth is found in nature. And when you come in terms with that factual truth, you'll be free indeed, as I have been free. And I'm happy to see many people waking up in Africa today. I see even this lockdown, you know, at least making some people to think it's true. Some of them are afraid to share their newly found truth they are hiding. But with time, we are not forcing it. We're not. Nobody forced me. Nobody forced me. But here I am today. 2 years ago, if somebody tell me I'll be saying this, I will not believe it. 7 years ago, 10 years ago, if somebody tell me I'll be saying what I'm saying, I will not believe it. So this person, if you choose not to be religious, then prove your position on logical and the scientific ground. You are just swimming. Okay, let me see. How can I deal with this moron? Let me see if I can block him. He's stupid. It's my war. You can do your stupid shit on your whatever other thing you're doing. I'm here. Usman Shah. Okay, that's the stupid guy that asked me a question before, and he sent me a friend request. I never responded, so let me block him. He's stupid. And that's why some people, when they ask me a question, their questions show me the type of persons they or the type of thing they come up with. So bye-bye. Let me see also if I can delete that your stupid comments. The type of thing they come up with to show you that. So bye-bye. Let me see also if I can. This is my yard, okay? You don't come and shit on my yard. I will never allow that, no matter who you are. They are newly found. So, and I don't. This is my yard. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe when I'm done. So no matter what you're thinking or say, see what this idiot say you like a historical knowledge. That is why you stand with what you call ancestors. You hear what that stupid idiot say? Maybe because of this thing I'm wearing, or maybe he didn't understand. He may think I'm praying to ancestors, but he said I am standing with ancestors because I lack the knowledge, the historical knowledge. Somebody standing with his own ancestor. You say that person lack historical knowledge. Which other historical knowledge you need, if not the knowledge of your ancestors? You see how stupid people. I just blocked this guy, and his name is Mohammed Usman Shadu. People are stupid, and that's what I'm saying. There are people you allow to comment on your post or to do anything. Don't give them space. Let them be free. They are free to believe whatever but not coming on your post, messing it up, throwing those garbage, because there are other people that will read. That's why sometimes when I engage on people's comment, I'm not just focusing on them. I know that other people will be reading it. But when I find out that person is stupid, then what am I doing with the person? If it's on my wall, on my profile, man, I will delete you. And if you're still talking, because I just unfriend you, but you're still talking, then I will block you. When I block you, you can't see my post anywhere, unless you change the profile and come again. I will keep doing that. I have power to do that. And you also have power to do that. If I comment on your post you don't like, you don't even need to report me to Facebook. Just unfriend me or block me. It's that simple. You know how many people we have in this world, and you are having issue with maybe, let's say, 5,000 people on your friend list on Facebook, and it's giving you sleepless night. No, I sleep like child because I know the truth. You can say all you want. This idiot asked me how everything come into existence. I said, begin with yourself. How do you come into existence? Who told you? So somebody created heaven and earth. Start from there. Who told you that? It's somebody that tell you. So if I tell him my ancestors created heaven and earth, will he believe it? He will say no. He will say, prove it. Okay, the one you believe, did you prove it? No. Then he said, prove it. I said, because my ancestors made it. I can prove it. I can build a wall. I can build a house. I can do things because I am God. So God create things. But you know, but he just be a bit more than he can chew by coming on this video and commenting that nonsense. That's why I just block him. and let him be. So I was religious is the title of this. As a Christian then, I was religious, very religious, serious about it. So let's see the definition of religion, because many Christians will say Christianity is not religion. Do you know who will say that? Mostly born-again Christians, Pentecostals, but winners chapel members, Deeper Life members, you know, especially African Pentecostals, they always say Christianity is not a religion. Yet they say they believe in God. Christianity is not a religion. They believe that there is a being, supernatural power or something like that. But let's see what religion is. Religion. Now, religion is the belief in and the reverence for a supernatural power or powers regarded as creating and governing the universe. If you believe God created heaven and earth, you are religious. Whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, you believe God, there is God that created this heaven and earth. Boom, that's a belief. It's not proof. It's not truth. It's a belief. Even the term God is a belief. And even it's a belief. You cannot prove it. Nobody can prove what they believe. You believe because you don't know. You have knowledge because you have faith because you lack knowledge. So when you lack knowledge, you have faith. When you say you are of the faith, you are not of the knowledge. When you worship God in spirit and in truth, you are not worship God in knowledge and in logic. No, it's in spirit and in truth. What is spirit? Can you prove existence of a spirit? No. No. Believe is a spirit. God is a spirit. Do you get that? But I am spirit. You are spirit. And we are not spiritual beings. No, we are spirits. You can touch us. Spirit is not invisible. Spirit is visible. It's a spirit that a man created that man made invisible, which is God. That's why you cannot see God. Why? Because man created God where in his mind. God does not exist in reality. Even the fool that tell you the truth in the Bible have to say that in his heart, because the people around him are believers. So you don't want them to call him fool and stone him to death. Right, so religion also is defined as a particular variety of such belief, especially when organized into a system of doctrine and practice. You have your church doctrine, your church practice. That's religion. And you said Christianity is not a religion, it's relationship. That's worse. When you claiming you have relationship with a imaginary being you have not seen or can see, remember, you are having mental problem. You have mental illness. You are sick. You somebody you have not seen at all in your life, and you say you are having a relationship with it. You see beautiful woman that is not married yet and saying, I am married to Jesus. Jesus is my Lord. She went and maybe buy a picture, or somebody gave her a picture. Then she take picture with that picture. She take picture with that picture of Jesus, saying, Jesus is my husband. I'm married to Jesus. Satan, leave me alone. And you see men and women singing it back home. I'm married to Jesus. So men married to Jesus. Jesus is bisexual. Both men and women married to Jesus. Jesus is bisexual. And the kingdom of Jesus Christ is gay kingdom. There is no female there. No female will ever walk with Jesus. Yes, according to your Bible, Revelation chapter 14, verse 14, there is no woman that will ever walk with Jesus. And anyone that will walk with Jesus will never be defiled with woman. If you sleep with a woman, you are not qualified to be Jesus' disciple. That's why Jesus said you should leave your wife to be his disciple. But many of you will listen. Again, he said religion is a set of beliefs, values, and practices based on the teachings of a spiritual leader, spiritual daddy. My father is my pastor is my spiritual leader. And yet you say Christianity is not a religion. It is a religion. Okay, because our people, especially the Nigerian Christians, they are fond of that. Religion, even some of them in Roman Catholic Church, because they have joined the charismatic movement or whatever Holy Ghost priest they have, or Reverend Father. Now they begin to say, it's not a religion, it's relationship. And Rome is their capital, Vatican is their capital. Their money is still going to Vatican, their money is still going there. I think that's the only area I assume that Muslim is better than Christianity in Africa, because Muslims, you know, in that they control whatever they make in Africa. I don't think they're sending money in Mecca unless they're doing that. But Christians in Roman Catholic, they send money to their headquarters from Africa to Vatican. Anglican Communion, they send to the Church of England, they send to Bishop of Canterbury in England. All of them, they engineer them. I think Methodists have their headquarters in America, something like that, whatever it is. But all those religions, right? They are there to control us, to make us what we are not, to make us good slaves. Every religion in Africa was given to Africans to keep them good slaves, not to give them any life. We have better life before they came. They came and destroyed our lives and gave us their life. That's why in John chapter 20, he said that Jesus did many things, but these things were written that you may believe, not that you may know, that you may believe. Then in believing, without proofs, that you may have life in his name. What life? The life the Europeans want you to have. That's what you have in his name. All right, let me change this. No, that, okay. Oh boy, what is that? So that's why they gave you religion, to make you a believer, not to make you a knower. That's why they didn't want you to know anything about science, although your ancestors gave the word science, but they take it far from you and gave you faith, gave you believe in God, believe in Jesus, believe in angels, believe in Satan, believe in demons, believe in imaginary being. Those things came from them. So myself, I'm talking about myself. I was religious. And I know that every African can relate with me, regardless your religion. We were born like that in our different families. But I was born into a converted Christian family or Christian home. My original or my real ancestors, or my ancient ancestors, before white men came, before the Arabs came, weren't Christians. They weren't Christians. They were living natural life. They weren't even spiritual. I mean, my ancient African ancestors, they were not spiritual people. They were not praying to some imaginary being to come and do anything for them. No, they have knowledge, and they build the pyramids, they build the Sphinx, they build great things, they invent things. Who taught them that? It's not who. The universe taught them. The white men are taught by experience. Our ancestors that had experience taught white men. But who taught our ancestors how to build the pyramid, how to build the Sphinx? The universe. And the universe is still the best teacher you can have, not experience. Universe can teach you what experience cannot teach you, or more than what experience can teach you. Universe speaks to you. That's why you have dreams. That's why you have revelations. That's why you have visions. That's why you have trance. The universe speaks to you because you are part of the universe. You are connected to that universe, or with that universe, through your pineal gland, which is your mind. You can reason. That's why your mind is the God in you. Your mind is the God in you. With your mind, you can do the impossible. You can create everything you need in your mind, or with your mind. Your mind is omnipotent. Your mind can be everywhere. No door can block your mind. Your mind can penetrate to anywhere. It can go to any part of the earth. That was why sometimes you find yourself in your dream where you don't know. That's where your mind went. You cannot stop it. It's unstoppable. I was born into a converted Christian family or Christian home. So my parents taught me what they were taught. My parents taught me what they were taught by who? Their religious parents. So they passed it down to me. But when it comes to my father's side, it's my father's side that we are so religious than my mother's side. So sometimes I say, okay, I will ask my father, maybe he was the one that converted my mother, because my grandfather, which is my mother's father, was, I grew up knowing him as Salvation Army member. And my mother remained a traditionalist. I mean, my grandmother, my mother's mother, remained a traditionalist. But I met my mother as a Christian. Then my father, or his father and his mother, they are one of the strong foundations of Anglican Church in my village, which is St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Ibubu Umuchu. Even where his mother came from, which is Achala Umuchu, they are also that family of you see, Obiaka, sorry, don't mind me. That family also are part of the founding members or the foundations of that Anglican church there. So that's how I am from Anglican family. See that? So I went through whatever you went through growing up. My parents taught me first, the first people to teach me about God, to introduce God to me, or to introduce me to God. They introduced me to God I have not seen and I cannot see, were my parents. So that's how I came into being a Christian, being religious. At the age of 12, my parents bought me the Bible and the hymn book. Bible and the hymn book, which is the two things a good Anglican must have in his possession after or before confirmation. You must have those things, because part of the question and answer and the catechism, all of them are in that hymn book, which you must answer very well to pass and to be confirmed. So at the age of 12, just like every other person at my age, I was confirmed an Anglican church member. Anglican church member. Don't say, call it Anglican communion. So I grew up in that, going to APA, Anglican Praying Association. I was even performing then, reciting some portions of the Bible during our anniversary, doing concerts and all that, you know, doing the normal thing, going for congress, going for what they used to call, you know, where we carry the cross with the candle on it. We go from wherever we are gathering to the church. That's St. John's Anglican Church figure. We all that, you know, doing all that in the church because I was religious, right? In the church at the age of 12. From there, I was doing all that. So I was qualified after confirmation to receive Holy Communion. And the Holy Communion, you must wear white. You see, white supremacy. For you to receive the body and the blood of Jesus, you must wear white. So I was doing that. You know, that's the first service in the, I think, is it every Sunday or maybe first Sunday of the month or something like that. But I must go there, go receive my Holy Communion, and it tastes good, especially the wine. I used to like it too. So I was doing all that as a good boy, and that's I'm qualified to join also any group in the church. Guess the one I joined? I joined choir. So in St. John's Anglican Church, I was one of the choristers. I went with them even I can sing for competition. We used to go to Christ Church. We used to go to St. Andrew, or we used to go to come on, where is the main one in Elu Onitsha? All Saints Cathedral. That is the highest. So I've been all that. Sometimes we go for burial together, you know, choir from different, and especially when a rich man in Anglican church die. Okay, the family have money, so they invite us. We charter bus, we go there as choir sing, and they always have special food for choir people. So I enjoy. Or when we go for synod, I think the last synod I went as an Anglican person with our choir, St. John's Anglican Church choir, was in Oga. I think I remember that. I think, yeah, that's the last synod. They call it synod. I went. So that's me. But after all that, I went wide. I became a bad boy, a good boy. When I was good and I was doing business with my mother, my mother was a carousela. I was doing business with her to the extent I start selling it. Even when my mother traveled to village, I will be doing that. I will get up to start getting ready, I think from 4 a.m. because I'm the firstborn. So it fell on me naturally. I was doing that, helping my mother in business, and my mother was happy. That's why my mother loved me more and more. I suffered with my mother, and I contributed. So I covered up for my mother. She, like when she go to August meeting, my mother can never miss that till today. I'm the one that will be there doing the business for her. And that's how I begin to, you know, take money, buying things and doing all that. So, but I became wide also. I was doing business with my father. But the question is this: where was the God of my parents when I became wide? Remember, I was born in that Christian family. I was participating in church activities. My parents were praying. My parents did not give back to me maybe in traditional belief or in African belief system. They gave back to me in Christianity. So I was doing what they taught me to do. We pray every day we pray, we go to church, we did all that thing, but I still became wide. Religion did not keep me safe. The religion did not keep me from being wide. But sometimes when I think about saying being wide, I think it's poverty that drives us into that, which we don't supposed to. It is poverty that will make you try to get something that you don't have, and maybe you may try to steal to get it. Your parents can't give you the money to buy, especially when chewing gum, you know, the photo chewing gum and all that, or when you are made playing button, you know, we throw button, when they are, you know, how do we play cards, like do all that? You need to buy your own. So, and when you go to playground, you see playground in Fege, Umasele Street that time, you see your mates, you know, buying chewing gum and playing with the photo and all that, but you have to buy. So sometimes you try to go to the stand still. So that's how I was doing all that. And maybe if I want to eat fish, fried fish, I don't have money. So I can go where they're selling fried fish. Yeah, I see the person selling it, look this way. Yeah, I take fish, put in my pocket. So I was doing all that. And the God of my parents, who was watching, doing nothing, he was laughing. I think sometimes one time they caught me in a store, like that. I think they've caught me in a store, you know, in Fege and also in my village, because growing up, you know, when I became wide, sometimes they send me to village. So I did my schooling in Onitsha and the village as a stubborn boy. You know, my parents don't want me to get worse, so sometimes they send me to go and live with my grandmother, and that's how I get some knowledge about village. So I'm a village boy, and also I'm a city boy, Onitsha boy, like that. But I love village more than Onitsha. So I became wide according to our people and the peer pressure. So I started smoking weed. When I was growing up, when I see people smoking cigarette, I was, I will never smoke cigarette, because I was religious. I said, I will never smoke cigarette. But I didn't know I was, to the extent that we buy a pack of cigarette. You know, that time we bring the mint, the Mentos, and put it on the filter. So when you smoke it, it smells good. So I started smoking weed at Camus de Banda, Bonk in Omasele Street there. His son is like my mate, so we were inquired together a bit. I started smoking weed and all that. Some of you that know Ngrema, that is it Bakassi boys that killed Ngrema? Ngrema was my boy. Ngrema in Fego on nature. The first Igbo he smoked, I bought it. The first time he smoked Igbo, he wanted to run crazy. I took him to my mother's house. We sell akara, so there's always something to eat. I gave him eat. So we know I know him. I go to their house. Even when I became a pastor, I used to go to their house preaching. The mother said, "Please talk to him." Ngrema tell me, "No, all those things you're hearing about me is not true. It's only clubbing I'm doing and all that." Until I heard that he was killed. Very good guy. But you know, that's what situational pressure we see around us, especially when you're growing up in a place where people value money, who have money. You want to make money. When I started chasing money, when I'm still in elementary school, I want to become a millionaire. So, which led me into trying maybe to join cause, but when I hear the condition that we ask, I run. Because I was not bad, I was not born to be bad. I was just religious, but I became bad. Religion cannot stop you from being bad. Who are the people doing bad in this world? Religious people. Religion cannot teach you even what they call morality. It's not morality. That thing is garbage, it's hypocrisy. Or do it as we want, that is good. If you don't do it as we want, that is sin. That's bullshit. I started smoking both weed, smoking a cigarette, drinking alcohol. Although I don't even like how they smell. I mean the weed and alcohol, but I was taking them just to get high because I was becoming tough, right? Of course, doing all that, joining gang and all that. No more sleeping in our house because my father used to beat me like hell. Oh, man. My father is ex-military man, so he was among the Biafran soldiers. So when that man beat you, man, the man will tie my hand, tie my leg, and beat hell out of me, man. I will be crying. You know, 12 a.m., when everybody, you'll be hearing my voice in Fege crying, where this man is beating me. The day he stopped beating me is when I grow, he want to beat me, I just push him by the side and run out of the house, you know. And my life went wild like that, you know. I start sleeping with club girls and you know, but when I was religious, I remember when I used to sneak out the door, I run to Plaza Hotel to sleep with a prostitute, I run back house. So but now I've run out of the house, I've become so wide, you know, no more sleeping in the house every time in the bunk, from bunk to maybe some friend's house. You know, friends is people you meet in the bunk, you know, that's friends. So whether they are criminal or not, you don't care, they are friends. Then from there we go to a club, doing all that. And I smoke also crack, you know, we call it heroin that time. That's what they call it, or the America call it crack, but we call it bana in Igbo language that time. We figure was somehow, you know, Okrona, so we were the Okro boys, the Fege selected and all that shit. It was Fege selected before Okro boys, so all that. And I took cocaine too. So I was doing all that, start stealing. The best place I can steal is in our house. It's our house, because I don't know, I need money to be lodging in the hotel. I need money to be doing all that. So I steal my mother money. I've never stolen, even when my father was a taxi driver. When you go there, it's only cons you will see. But my mother have money, you know, she sell like her, so she make big money. I just go there, still it's my mother's money. So, but when I went outside and steal, he put me in trouble. I get arrested, locked up in Onitsha prison, awaiting trial. Then my father did whatever he did. I was bailed out. Then from there, they work. They took me to deliverance center. They took me to many places. And they were doing all that. So where was their God? The God they are praying to, the God they believe in, the God they introduced me to, or they introduced to me. This God that they confirmed me as a member of Anglican. Where was that God? Because our people keep forgetting what happened. They will only tell you after you change. God is the one that saved you. Jesus is the one that saved you. So where were they before I became bad? I was good, helping my parents, helping my mother. That other people want their children to be like me, but I become bad again. Now other people don't want their children to be like me. They see now this boy is no longer good as he used to. No, this guy has changed. That's how it is. So where was the God of my parents? This God my parents love. This God my parents thought about. We pray every day, praying to this God, asking for this God to help us, to keep us. That God did not stop me from clubbing. That God did not stop me from lodging in hotels, sleeping with club girls, and you know, sleeping with harlots everywhere. I think that's when I slept with a pregnant woman first. I don't know if pregnant women do prostitution too. Maybe she was even, that's during prostitution, she got pregnant. She's still prostituting. I think that was towards the main market side. I forgot that place. That one area they were staying there. I went there. So I explained what I'm saying is this. They say that children are blessings from God to parents. And where was the God of my parents when I was doing all those things that my parents didn't like? Because no parents want to see their child running out of the house and living wide, and people will be talking. And you know, our people know how to talk. Igbo people, especially Anambra people, man, if your child is not good, they'll be gossiping like not hell. Even when I was in Kaduna, some of them say I have died. They were mocking my parents, saying, your first son is dead, your first son is dead. But I'm happy to be alive and see them died. And I contributed a little bit for their hospital bill. You see? The same person that said, your first son has died. That first son, that's why when I went back to my village, I said, I died before. So now I'm alive, you know? So, and they've seen it. They see me today. So where was the God of my parents, the Christian God? Where was that Savior, Jesus Christ? That God that know the end from the beginning. Where was that God? My father tried. Even my father, one time he went to native doctor just to see if he gave me one substance. He bring me out in the midnight. He put it in my hand. He asked me to look, I think, towards the moon or something and blow it. I think I blow it either 4 corners or something like that. I blow it, yet things still going. He was a Christian, but he went to native doctor. It's still what is happening to today. All those people you see that are claiming to be Christian, there is power in the name of God, there is power in the name of Jesus. There is sickness that their family member will have, they will go to native doctor. And the same native doctor believe in the same thing they believe. There is God, there is, you know, the Bible, they believe all that shit. I said they took me to deliverance center, Oba. I was tied down with chain, with crazy people. I was not crazy. But they say I need deliverance. I must be delivered. They tie me with chain. You know me now, because I'm not mad. You know, sometimes they will release us. So you tie the chain around your ankle to go to service, all that. One day I said, this fence, you will see. Boom, I scared the fence, run away with the chain. I reach Oboko, then I break the chain and sell the chain. I sell the chain to get money. Me, you tie me down with crazy people. I think, and in the America here now, taking care of crazy people. So that's part of my calling. Nonsense. So all that, they did that to deliver me. And these are people that believe in God. What am I saying? They use Christianity to make us not thinking about what we are doing. We think it's working when it's not working. We are denying the fact. We are denying the fact that your child is not stealing because your child is bad or because devil possess your child. No, your child is stealing because you are poor. Your child is prostituting because you are poor. I use myself as an example. I have my daughter. I had my daughter in Nigeria before we came to America. But in America today, my daughter don't have any need to steal. She can't. She can't. I eat egg. She said, I don't eat egg. I said, oh, when we were growing up, if you eat egg, they say you will become a thief because you eat egg. It's because they are poor. They cannot afford egg. Your parents cannot afford it. So, and you want it. And myself, I like sweet thing. I must eat it. You say, I will steal it. You cannot stop me. Where was their God when all these things? But you know what? My parents were blaming the devil. Blaming Satan. It's Satan. Satan. Hey, Satan. Or some of them will say, hey, my enemies. It will never be better with my enemies. They don't want my child to make it. They don't want my... It's not your enemies. It's not Satan. It is the system. If you can't provide for your children, the boys will steal. The girls will prostitute. Even today, now gay thing is going on. Boys will also prostitute. They want money. Some of them prostitute to have money or to travel abroad. They do that because you don't have money to provide for them. But if you had provide for them, not waiting for God to come and do that, not praying for God to do that, they wouldn't have done that. My daughter cannot steal. Why? Because I provide for her. Her mother provide for her. When we came here, you know, at least the first 5 years of a child, the government will support. You have the week, you go there, you pick whatever you qualify for to take care of that baby. Do we have that in Africa? No. Many children are born into poverty and they are suffering. They grow up and you say they will not steal. You are joking. They say they will not prostitute. You are joking. You say, why do you go and get pregnant? You chase them away because you are poor too. If you are rich, you will not chase your daughter away because she got pregnant. Because you can hide it, at least because of your church members. Let them not know. She can go and abort it. You spend money to abort it or to go and have the child somewhere. And you pretend God has blessed you with a child. You don't want those people going to church with you to know that. My parents keep praying and hoping in God, hoping that Jesus will save me. That's what all they have. They were praying, doing all that. The God of my parents failed to save me. The God of my parents failed to keep me a good boy I was born to be. Then I was arrested, right? I was also locked up in Kaduna for 3 good years. 3 good years. If you know what I went through there, then you will know one of the reasons I sound the way I sound, and I don't give a fuck what anybody's saying. I've been locked up, I've been hospitalized, and it's all by myself. I suffered it. That's why I say I paid my price. Jesus did not pay any price. I paid the price for my sins. Everything I committed, I was arrested, and I paid the price. Where was the God of my parents then? Nowhere to be found. Just as also in this coronavirus lockdown, where is the God of your parents? Where is the God you're worshiping? Nowhere to be found. You get it? It was where I was locked up in Kaduna. You know, that's where I had a rethink. And that the last day I smoked weed and drank whiskey was December 31st, 1992. That day, I said, wow, what am I doing? Come on. I changed. I run to the Bible. Remember, anywhere you go, your parents must buy Bible. My father bought New International Version Bible for me that time. So I went and you know how you do, you close the Bible, you say when you open it, you put your finger anywhere you go, that's the word of God for me. So I close the Bible, do it, put a hand. Isaiah chapter 32 verse 8, a noble man makes a noble plan, by noble deeds he stands. You say, wow, I'm a noble man. How am I been living this type of life I've been living? All this life. I say, you know what? I will start going to church. And because I was hard man then, I have boys under me, I was a boss, you know. I have both bodyguard and all that, what young people do, especially where we are locked up. So I was opportune to be strong. So wherever they locked me up, I was never among the weak one. They will not, nobody want to beat me like that. And also I know how to fabricate things. Like if you want to, let me give you that expo. Some of you that have not been locked up in police cell or in prison, anytime they arrest you, say they're locking you up, know how to make up stories. Something you never even done. Even if it's a robbery case, know how to make it up. Maybe you watch it in a movie, put yourself there. That's how they wrote the Bible too. They stole things and put their name there. And you see people believe in them. So I used to even in Onitsha prison, I give them story how we rob Avon oil. I don't know even where that is. Look at it. So when you say something, they will see you as hard man. Oh man, this guy. And some of them will not like to beat you because you show that you have handled gun a lot. So they don't want after you are released. Maybe you see them outside. You say, oh, you beat me there? I'm gonna kill you. So that's how I was escaping all those things. In other words, nature was helping me. I was smart, not any God. The God of my parents failed to keep me safe, failed to save me. I was locked up. Maybe 4 times in police station and 2 times in a long-term places like that. But I've never been in prison. I've never been convinced in any court or sentenced to any, even 1 day in jail. I have never, no. I am clean because I was clean. I never killed anybody. I was only religious. But that why I'm sharing this with us to show us that religion, there is no power in any God that people worship in religion. It is not any God that is saving people. No. I've seen people that pay for people to be praying for them, still their children get bad. Nothing changed. They end up in trouble. So there where I was locked up, I have that a rethink and I changed. But you know what I did? I begin to thank the God of my parents, the God they introduced me to. I say, it is God that saved me. It is Jesus that saved me. My father came and said, okay, you're going to go back to business. I say, no, I want to serve God. I have the calling. I am a noble man. You know me, I changed my name also, Noble, But before then, my name was Ogodo Zode. Sea never dry. Some hardened men I was answering. That time, Afamogodo. Hey! If you see me, I have good body to dress after smoking weed. Who you be? Afamogodo, sea never dry. So, but after that, I said, no, my name is Noble. I begin to answer Noble now. Noble man, all that. So, my father said, go back to business. I said, no, I'm doing the work of God. Then, so that's how the pastor that used to come to preach to us there. So after my release, when I served the 3 years, it's like, it's a 3 years program. It's a reformatory home. So I started living with them. So that's how we became friends, Pastor Tony. So he had his own ministry, which is about 3 of them. So I became the 4th man among them. So we used to go out for evangelism, sharing trust in Kaduna, going to hospitals, praying for the sick. And on Sunday, they used to attend Winners. That's how I came to be worshiping in Winners Chapel when Kaduna was their international headquarters. That's where I met Oyedepo first. That's where I met Idahosa first. That's where I met Fred Addo first. That's where I met many men of God. But these 3 are the major one I can remember in Kaduna. I did another baptism. Remember, my parents have baptized me as a child when I didn't know in Anglican church. But now in 1993, I did my baptism in Winners as Pentecostal person. So that's how I joined Pentecostal fully. And I did all that. Then I went back to Onitsha. After Osa Abiola, after the Abiola this thing, then I went back to Onitsha. Then I said I will continue doing my ministry. My parents came. My father and my uncle, he's late now, they came and say, now you are a man of God, for you to be great, you have to go to school. I say, I don't believe that. I believe if God called you, You will just do it. God will help you. God will be there. Okay, I say, but if you want me to go to theological school, okay, you're gonna pay for it, but it's like a waste. And everyone that attended that school with me can see it was a waste, because there's nothing you can teach me that when I open my mouth, you can stand. No way. I speak more than the mystery you are teaching, or whatever you are teaching from the Bible. I speak deep. Although I'm not that educated, but educated people borrow my notes. I don't know how it happens, but it comes on me. It's natural. Even till today, it happens. I know things beforehand. I see things out there. That's why I tell them it's natural. It is not spiritual. It is not religious. It is natural. The knowledge in this world is infinite, and we can know all of them. Not one person that can know all of them. You know your part, I know my part. We bring it, we share it freely. So I paused and think, that's what saved me. I paused and have a rethink. But I joined Pentecostal church and become a man of God, because that's what my parents taught me. It was in me. And I thought that was the true way. I thought when I change, that's what I must become. If I change, I must become a Christian, or a good Christian, or a born-again Christian. I must say I'm born again now. Of course, you must go altar call, so, which is that pastor led me now to that. And because I was so bad, when I want to go to church, I don't want to carry the Bible so that people will not see it. They already know I'm a bad boy, so I will put it under my pants and cover it with my shirt to go to church until after some weeks. Then I was bold. I went everywhere preaching with all zeal, but no knowledge. Because you can never be religious and have knowledge. You can never have faith and have knowledge. You can never believe in God and have knowledge. You can never believe in Jesus and have knowledge. But I thought I had. All I had that time was belief. I believe without seeing. I believe without knowing. That's all I had that time. So I was in the way that seemed right, but it leads to destruction. The way of Christianity, the way of Islam, the way of Judaism is religious way. And that is the way that seems right to man, but it leads to destruction. It destroyed family. It destroyed peace. It destroyed joy. It destroyed the brain especially. You cannot think well as human being anymore. That's how I decided to serve God. I decided to devour the Bible. I decided to read. I was not that educated. I was not even speaking English the way I'm speaking it now then. But I sat down on the floor and said, come on, God, you must make me know how to read. I began to buy books, reading it. I educated myself, and I'm still educating myself. There is nobody that will come and say, he's my master. Nobody. Nobody, whether anywhere, I say, you're my master. Because you are not following what you're teaching me. I'm following who the truth. And that's why I keep changing my faith until I find the truth. Because you cannot find knowledge, you cannot find the truth in believing or in faith. I begin to search for the factual truth. My search for factual truth is what led me to freedom. I am no longer religious. I am free now. I am woke now. I am no longer a Christian. I am no longer a believer. I am no longer a religious person. But I am now who I'm supposed to be, who I was born to be, a free human being. Thriving on knowledge, not on fear, not on faith, not on threat, but living my life as I supposed to, as I have to, as human being, which I will encourage you to do. You say, oh God, I have done this. It is not God. Before you say it is God that saved me, where was that God before I went through what I went through to get where I am? Can you think? If you have power to keep somebody from being bad, Will you allow that person to be bad only for you to come and save the person later to claim the glory? No. So my people, wherever you are, I'm encouraging you. There's no benefit you being religious. It only make you ridiculous. It only make you lazy. You know, you can do. Look at our Africans. Africans are religious. What are they doing in the world? You see some of them crying, no, we say no to vaccine. We say, I keep saying you cannot stop them. If they say you will get it, your God cannot stop them. Nothing can stop them. They say if you don't get it, you will not go to school. Will you not get it? You will get it. You see, so all of you saying, Biget did this. Biget, why are you no longer blaming a 5G network? You see, from 5G network, it is China. From China, it is Biget. From Biget, it is government. And you believe there is God. You believe this God exists. Where is that God? White men are deciding what will happen. If they say you will get vaccine, they say it's mandatory. You will get it. So stop playing around, saying, say no to vaccine. Let us keep sharing it. That's bullshit. They will get it. You say you don't want vaccine and you want to travel. They say before you travel to America or to Europe, or you need vaccine. Show us the proof, unless you lie. Of course, especially in Africa, you can go to meet any doctor. You pay money. They write it, yeah, a got vaccine. So you are blind, and you say you believe in God, and when you succeed, they say it is God that made it possible for you to succeed. You lied. You are the one that made it possible, not God. I want you to know that we are the one that is making things happen. Africans, wake up. No white man will come and make things happen for us. No Jesus will come and make anything happen for us. No God will come and make anything happen for us. We are the one that will rise up and make things work for us. The only people that can make things work are people with knowledge, not people with faith, not people with belief. People with faith will be making ridiculous claims. God is easy. Jesus, that's bullshit. It is time you have a rethink, as I did, and wake up. Trash religion, trash spirituality, embrace science, knowledge, factual truth. Peace.